times, and I might be biased, but hopefully he can redeem himself in this and pull off a win for the Honda crew.
HRCs, that's like the Yankees of, that's the team you want to ride for. You want to be on a Honda, an HRC Honda for that matter. And let's see who grabs our hole shot as we begin. Moto, no, it's not 25, it's 24 and a half, we'll call it. There's Gavin Towers with a great start on the 15 Yamaha, trying to make a name for himself. All these other guys, you keep talking about them, what about me? They made the jump and moved all the way to California. The family just uprooted, said we're going to give you all the tools you need to try to win this thing. Towers in that number 2 spot. He's got the 77, and that is Caden Braswell, another rider who would like to say, I'm a player too. I circled his name. I was like, Caden Braswell has a shot here. And Towers already taken a shot at him. Speaking of that, look at that rider just toppling over in that left-hander. That is a mess.
That's Rider D down. So
was that?
These front guys need to get away while they can. Do the little hit and run, So.
Well, he got hit and run. That was Rider D, we believe, who just not a big crash. If you're over there in the mechanics area, he's okay. He just got clogged up behind a rider that went down. So the battle out front. Braswell on the 77, feet off the pegs for the number 15 of Towers. And if I had one thing I had to say about Towers, that's his kind of like technique sometimes. Like he's fast, but a little messy sometimes, but the speed is there.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of these kids, man. They just let it hang out, and I think that's where the 25-plus riders were able to
clean things up
a bit and just be a little bit smoother. But these kids are fast, man.
And we had AJ Cantanzaro, and he kind of broke it down yesterday. He said, what's going on with this race? I see a lot of guys with the feet flailing. He goes, dude, they're overriding. And there's the number 2 of Hymas in the number 3 spot, I believe. So he's in the mix. There's a big get-off with massive, more riders going down here. That is the 25 and the 21. Nope, 71. That's Talon Hawkins and the 25, Rodney.
Spencer Winter.
Wow.
Spencer Winter. That's the hometown boy from right here in Waverly that went down there.
Oh, bummer. Waverly kid. So we're looking for Rider D. And so a lot of action in this first moto. 11th place for Rider D.
Yep.
Hymas, so it's kind of a flip-flop yesterday. Hymas up front. Ryder having some problems. Hawkins having some problems. So it's Braswell, Towers, Hymas, Girala, Chandler Baker, Shelley Linville up to 7th. Probably his best start because he's been marred back in traffic as well. So, man, those first laps, Heath Harrison.
Benjamin Garib all the way back in 16th place right now. So, man.
We look at the 23, and you know what Rider D, he's just head down. I've got to go.
Oh, yeah, he's head down trying to get past these guys as quick as he can. But it's a good group of guys right there in front of him, so it's not going to be easy to get around them. And if he can get through this next group in front of him, he should be all right and clear track to get up to Gabriel Girala and
a chance at a podium,
see if he can correct and get past the Suzuki of the McDonald's unit.
The McDonald's unit.
I think Girala's title sponsors McDonald's on the bike. So
really,
yeah.
Wow.
Get some outside sponsorships, loving that, man.
Can he get a McFlurry? Because I can't seem to get one of those.
Ice cream machine's always
out, man. Always. You just don't want to make it. Just say it.
You got to come to Loretta to get the ice cream cone up on the hill.
Yeah, that thing's always up and running. That's one of the people's memories that everybody was talking about. Well, getting that ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Good for him. All right, we are side by side. We are watching. That's Tower. Nope, that's still Rider D back in about 10th. So a lot of different storylines here. We saw Hawkins go down. We saw Rider D go down. Hymas did not go down. So he goes, y'all go down. I did that all in the first moto. That's your turn.
Is that Linville?
It looks like it's, wow. That is, I believe you might be right. Linville on the 41 Yamaha. So he must have had a problem, or Rider D's just putting down a legit lap.
Linville, a 7th place at the end of that first lap. And I mean, he was right there in the thick of things. But yeah, you're right. It could have been a problem. But man, Rider D has got the hammer down here on this second lap now. Braswell checks in with the lead at a 156.1.
Ooh, that's
Towers,
a scorcher.
Yeah, Towers a 157.2, which in and of itself is fast. But check out Hymas, a 156.7 back in the number 3 spot. Gabe Girala is 4th with 159. Chandler Baker looking at a 157 in 5th place. So we got
Rider D with that 157 as well. So that is Rider D just putting down some laps right now. Working on Linville.
Top 8 riders less than 2 minutes out there.
We are watching Rider D work on Gage Linville. Linville calls MTF home. Rider D rides everywhere he can get his hands on. That kid just goes racing. Who is behind Rider D? Tracking right behind him, Jaden Clough on the 45, and he's a player. Clough going after Rider D as well, so just follow in. He's like a fullback blocking for him. Clough working on Rider D. In fact, he might make the pass right here. Man, Triples pass for the moment.
Yeah, heading into the Renz though, I think that maybe not. I don't know.
He might get hung up behind Gage Linville, so Clough just going to follow in right behind Rider D. Linville swings it wide. The Suzuki rider next on the hit list, that's Gabriel Girala. Soft J, just going to go with that.
Jaden Clough, I was at the Moto Combine up at Redbud, and he was good at the end of the Moto, so keep an eye on him to be strong towards the end here.
So Ryder D trying to get around the Suzuki and trying to keep the Yamaha. Clough behind him. And there's the 45 back there in the mix. Clough is just battling right with him. Jeez.
So that should put Francesco now in the number 4 spot.
Well, I don't know. Linville's still in front of him, right?
Yeah, I think Baker's still in front as well.
That's DeFrancesco treat.
Cisco instead of Sesco. Okay.
Yep. There's Chance Hymas, though. He's now starting to work on the number 15 of Gavin Towers. That might be the first move we see here, as settling in is Caden Braswell. We watched the Suzuki ride under the attack of the Yamaha as Ryder D has cleared him. If you want to make sure you say it right, just say Ryder D. Don't even say his last name.
That makes it so much easier just to say Ryder D.
So Heath, look at all those lines out there. You can make it work anywhere you want on this racetrack.
Yeah, that's what's incredible about Loretta Lynn. There's tons of lines and makes for great racing. These guys can go inside, outside, and not follow each other. So.
New leader.
Nah,
is that a KTM? Is that a lap rider?
I think that's Hymas.
Oh, is that Hymas behind?
He's closed up on Towers now, so he's starting to put the pressure as we go through the whole shot for us.
The number 2, that looks like Jeremy McGrath's old number there. The font they use for that number 2 is the old MC-looking number. As we go into the 10 Commandments, the KTM of Caden Braswell trying to motor away. But Hymas looked like he was on the attack there, and something must have happened in just a couple of turns, which is easy to do. You can drop a peg there, drop a foot. Next thing you know, you lose a second.
I mean, it's funny. You get over to the wrong one line over and
you're stuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you lose a second and don't even realize it.
You got to be careful, especially with all the rain they had last week leading up to this race. The ruts are really soft, so if you pick the wrong one, it can stuff you up really quick, like you're saying.
Chance Hymas is still on the attack. Towers, though, really seems to be rising to the occasion right now. Braswell has risen to the occasion too, man. I mean, he is trying to check out. I mean, he's got at least a 3-second lead over these guys.
Look at those 156s. The 155 by Ryder D. That might be have we seen a 55 yet? That's the fastest one I've seen, and Ryder D just turned it last time around.
It was really early when the track was really smooth. But not under these conditions by no stretch of the imagination. We've seen this 155 like that, so wow. Ryder D is rolling up the 5th now as we look at the leaderboard, and could be a little further up as we are.
He's still back in 5th. They're coming around the big sweeper first, second, third. Then you look back just a couple of seconds. You have the Yamaha of Baker, who's got Ryder D closing in fast. Baker is going to feel the pressure from Ryder D. Clough trying to keep up the pace with Ryder D as he slips away, and Linville has pulled back just a bit as well.
Hey, Towers actually peeled a little bit. It's only 0.4 of a second, but he did peel a little bit of time off on Braswell's gap there. 155.6 to 155.2.
Oh, there's the 54 by Ryder D. He jumps into the 154s. That is for sure the best lap I've seen.
No question about it.
So Ryder D on the hunt. We are following along on Racer TV. He is working on Chandler Baker. Inside, outside, body blows, shots to the head there, Roddy Tomlin.
Ryder D is really good about opening the track up. He's running a lot of outside lines right now, and
a lot of momentum.
A lot of momentum.
See if it works out going into the 10 Commandments. Where does he go? Does he go inside? He follows Baker into that inside line. They'll roll the first one, double out, try to pop this triple. That's how I would have done it. Yeah, that's exactly my speed. That's exactly how I would have done that section there. And Baker goes down, hands the position right to Ryder D, and just like that, he's got a 4th place position, boys.
Head down charging now. He's looking right straight ahead now at about 6 seconds.
I want to say Braswell actually went down. I think that's Braswell right in front of him.
That might be the 77 of Braswell. New leader perhaps is at Towers. Wow, what a big shakeup here in this moto as we go into Storyland. And things are working out now for Ryder D. Yep, that is the 77 now. Braswell hands off the lead to Towers. Ryder D, there is blood in the water for you. And that's good news for Chance Hymas, who now might be able to make an attack on Towers. Jeez, a lot of moving parts here. Where's Hawkins as he climbed in? There he is in 13th after he went down. Ryder D going to huck this big jump to flat that will blow your wheel out. Are you doing that, Heath?
I am not doing that.
Don't want anything to do with that.
I need to pick up on that, though. I think the guys around me are doing that. So
just calling Heath Harrison out here. He's
no kidding. No kidding.
Cole did it yesterday, man.
Just saying.
The guys winning did it, right?
I'm not going to talk junk, dude. As soon as you leave, I'll talk junk. But right now, while you're standing next to me, you're doing really good. I'm really happy. having a great week is Heath Harrison, who's in the booth with us calling the action. Ryder D has Caden Braswell in his sights. Man, Ryder is working. He was outside the top 10, showing some of that legit speed that's won him so many titles here.
Braswell dropped the third. Towers and Hymas running 1 and 2 right now. So that's a little bit of a switch up we've got going on.
Towers opened up a bit of gap, had a 55 to Chance's 56 that last lap, so it's 2.8 gap there from first to second.
Into the 10 Commandments, we're following along Ryder D. He has Braswell, who led this thing early on. There's different lines there again. Works out about the same. Braswell kind of hung up, though. Didn't work out this time. Just like that, Ryder D says, thanks for the mistake. I've got somewhere to go. He now jumps into the number 3 spot.
And there's outside lines out there in that section of the track heading into the red zone are really choppy. I see a lot of guys losing time trying to go on the outside there, at least the last couple of motos.
So Heath Harrison with us in the booth. Heath, when you're putting the lines all together, we're at lap number 5. Do you pretty much have the racetrack put together where you like to be on the racetrack by this point in the race?
Yeah, at this point, these guys will settle into which lines they're going to take, other than, like, obviously Ryder D's having to switch it up since he's coming through the pack. But yeah, like Towers and Hymas have probably settled into which lines they're going to hit for the rest of the moto. And
but you got to have something in your pocket as well, so you know if he's catching the guys in front of him, he's all right. I got to break out this line or that line. Something he's played around with.
Correct, and that's what if Ryder D can catch Chance and then pass him. Hopefully, Chance is smart enough to latch on and follow some of his lines and pick up on his pace.
So Gavin Towers taking a shot at leading this thing, and he's doing it as we look for our leaders to come across. There's Ryder D. He crosses the finish line right about now. Hymas up and over the tunnel jump. Towers is rolling, dude.
Yeah, Towers is rolling. 157 that last time around, a 3.7 second gap. We're past the halfway point now, almost 12 minutes into this race, and Arma Hydrate helps combat dehydration, reduce fatigue, and it boosts your immune systems with 8 bioavailable electrolytes and just 10 calories. Arma, ammunition for the body.
Clough looking strong, too. He turns a 156. He matches Ryder D's. Clough's back in 5th, so you may see a push from those guys late in the motor. We're typically go about 11 laps in our pro sport, or maybe more. They're going 25 minutes, huh? So fitness is going to be key here. 25 minutes. Is that noticeable out here to you guys, that extra 5 minutes?
That is noticeable. Honestly, I'd heard that they were going to go do that, and then yesterday I forgot about it. And I got the halfway point from my mechanic, and I was thinking that I was about 2 to go, and that was not the side I wanted to see. So
halfway. Oh, no.
Keep an eye on Linville, too. He was good late in the moto, in the Open Pro Sport moto yesterday.
The lap times tell me that. You're right. So 156 is for 3rd and 5th. That's Ryder D and Jaden Clough. So we'll keep our eyes on that push as Ryder D trying to track down his arch rival, Chance Hymas, on the evil Honda HRC ride. And all the while, Gavin Towers was a Team Green rider, moves over to the Yamaha team, and he is making those guys proud right now as he is straight up leading this thing.
Absolutely, and basically at the halfway point is Towers, Hymas, Ryder D, Frisco in the number 3 spot.
Cisco, you're so close. Just keep trying.
I'm trying. Caden Braswell, Jaden Clough, Ryder D. We'll just go with that. Gates Linville in 6th, Chandler Baker in 7th, Brock Bennett in 8th, Benjamin Garib in 9th, Talon Hawkins in 10th, Patrick Murphy 11th, Gabe Jarala in the number 12 spot, Russ Chapman 13th, Ethan Lane 14th, and Jimmy Albertson on the gas in the 15th place position. I do have to say this. I've watched this kid race, and I've called his name since he was 5 years old, basically. It's hard to believe I still can't get it right.
Just keep trying. As long as you keep trying. Up and over that tunnel jump, we pick up, heading towards the billboards. Chance Hymas, he's going to have company, folks. Ryder D continues to chop in with that 155 this late into the moto. Ryder D wants that 2nd spot away from Chance Hymas. They were former teammates at Team Green a few years back. They've already kind of played around at some of the outdoor nationals. That's got to kind of be interesting, Heath, to kind of come back here to the ranch. You've been out to the big ocean and played around with those guys. Now you're back to your amateur roots.
Yeah, that's what's I think helping Ryder a bit here. Is he went and did Redbud and I believe Millville or one of the other ones and got a little bit of experience. So I think with how Loretta breaks down and the track conditions and stuff, and similar to a pro national, which is I think helping him this week here.
And Ryder D can see Chance Hymas now. Look at him just carve that turn up. That is years of practice. That was silky smooth. And then I give him the announcer's curse and he about blows the left hand. Ryder D does have Hymas directly in front of him. And when you get a rider that you can see that you're visually catching more, it gives you more motivation, right, Heath?
Yeah, for sure. It makes it easier on like Ryder D right now. It's probably easier for him than like if you're Chance, you see that Ryder's catching, it makes it mentally tough for yourself.
Can't do anything about it.
it's just you're trying everything and nothing's working. So that's where if Ryder passes Chance needs to regroup and follow his lines and pick up on what he's doing better.
Yeah, we say it in baseball, have a short memory. You blow a pitch, put a guy on or whatever, you got to have a short memory after a moto, just regroup and come back and just trust the process, if you will. And hey, we're getting into that point where Ryder's having to choose those alternate lines here as he's working his way around lap traffic.
Exactly, and Chance had to hit the reset after yesterday's Open Pro Sport Moto, so this is a good comeback and bounce back for what he did yesterday. I think he ended up 13th or something with a few crashes. So to land on second or on the podium, or if something can happen to Towers, get a win would be incredible.
And if you're Ryder D right now, you can visually see yourself catching the Honda directly in front of you. There's Hymas, there is Ryder D, Rodney. He's coming.
He is, and I want to take a look at lap time. 1:55 last time around for Ryder D. Turned almost a 1:58 that time around with those couple of mistakes that he made. Didn't lose a whole lot of time, but he still got Hymas right where he wants it.
Right there where he wants it. And you talked about it, Heath, the guys that are charging late, it's Linville, Clough, and Ryder D. They all have 157s the lap before, so deep into this moto, that's where they're making their money. That's where Colleen just beats the crap out of old Linville back there in South Georgia until he just gets those laps dialed in.
You got to imagine the mechanics are telling those riders, too, that they're a second, 2 seconds faster than the guys in front of them, so that's a little dose of motivation for them, too.
It's coming right here. We've got a race already shaping up. That is Hymas at the top of your screen. Ryder D trying to scrub it here. This is where he was magical that last lap. See if he can do the same. Look at that. Did you notice that? Did not put his foot down.
So smooth through that section.
Hymas rode all the way through, feet on the pegs in that left-hander or the right-hander before.
Well, the left-hander that time, Kevin Kelly.
He did. He says, I'll prove you wrong here. So Hymas now under the attack. One bike length separates, and a very uneventful pass. That's the third time we've seen Ryder D just go, all right, I'll do it if you're not going to, whatever. And there is the 15 who all the while has opened this thing up, Rodney, to 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm curious if Ryder D was able to make the pass stick because he had that lapped rider just ahead of him. So
yeah, that's a tough situation when you got a lap rider in front of your Chance, because you're taught your whole life not to follow, and for that moment it paid off for Ryder D. So
Heath, you are dialed in. I think you're right, man. Late into the moto, it's going to help Ryder D. There's Towers, and Ryder D is coming. He has already checked out from Hymas. He's pulled a second and some change, and Ryder D is on the warpath right now. And here comes the 15 of Gavin Towers. Deep into this moto, 8 laps, and Towers got around Braswell about 4 laps in, and here we go.
Still 7.5 minutes left in this moto.
I am tired just thinking about that. Just standing up. I need a break. Let's check in with Talon Hawkins back in 8th. Remember, he was down on the ground. He has climbed back up to 8th, so Hawkins has not had a clean moto yet. As Denny Stevenson has sweat through his 3rd shirt of the day as he steps out of the tower. And we are following along on the number 15, the NSA Yamaha ride of Gavin Towers on that 7MX ride. Takes the wide line going into the 10 commandments, skips the first commandment. Thou shalt not skip any commandments. He jumps right over another one. Triples, doubles out. And it's 5 seconds for Gavin Towers over Ryder D. And Towers knows they're going to be coming late in this moto, so he's trying to put his best work in.
Braswell turning some good lap times late in this moto as well with a 57.9, almost matching Ryder D's 57.6. Top Jimmy Alberson holding it down on that gas 252 stroke for the old guys.
Where is he at? Jimmy 14. Up to 14.
Yeah.
34 years old. He's literally double the age of 17-year-old Chance Hymas. Oh, a little bit of off-track excursion there for the 15. And that may be some nerves. I don't know. Deep into the moto, maybe a little mistake there for the 15 of Towers. You're going to see that green Kawasaki fender. There it is.
Yeah, he's got to know that he's coming. You know, he has
somebody. He maybe not who he's expecting, but he knows late into the moto. There it is, Ryder D.
Yeah, he's close. That was a 5-second gap.
Not anymore.
No, not at all. It can't be. I mean, it's probably still 3 or 4.
Three for sure.
Yeah, but it's not 5.
It is hot. They save these motos. It's a perfect time to race these 250 Pro Sport guys. We added 5 minutes to them to kind of simulate what the Pro Nationals look like, and Towers has done a fantastic job. Ryan Villapoto somewhere getting a sunburn watching him right now. He's got that Canvas MX here. I called it 7MX earlier. It's Canvas. Going into the mechanics area, You ever spot your mechanic, or you just like, I don't care. You're not getting any information.
If it's early in the race and you're with a group of guys, you honestly don't really see them. But late in the moto, you're looking for every little bit of motivation you can get. So
like it's almost over. You're doing great.
Correct. Or you get the halfway and you think it's almost over.
Dang it. So Towers is hung tough. It was 5 seconds, and he chopped into that one pretty substantially to 3.4 seconds. Ryder is down. Towers has to regroup. He triples through. Man, props to Gavin Towers. He is absolutely hung tough. So it's Towers, DeFrancisco, Hymas third. Braswell led this thing early. He's in fourth. Clough hanging tough in fifth. Linville sixth. 2-lap card will come out, or if it's not already out, I don't know if that means it's already out or is it coming out, Rodney Tomlin, when it shows that little graphic there.
It's going to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 more laps for the 15. Moves all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, so he can be out there, ride those racetracks, ride with all the guys he wants to be a part of, be in front of the guys he wants to impress. And Gavin Towers impressing right now. Can Ryder D pull some 2-lap magic out of here, Heath Harrison?
I think if Gavin can hold it together for these next 2.5 laps, he should be able to take this one home. Even if Ryder does catch him,
he's going to just give it all he's got.
Protect and ride a wide bike at that point.
Here we go. 2-lap board will come out. Lap traffic now coming into play for the 15. Gavin Towers. The drone catches the action here. You're going to see the Kawasaki just in this frame. Towers will sneak past our lap rider, bouncing his way into that left-hander. Ryder D does the same. And there it is. Ryder D is right there. I think the gap's going to be about 3 seconds again. So Towers manning up. He says, take your messy comment about my riding style and shove it, Kevin.
I cut another half second off of it.
He did. Yeah.
So 159.2 to a 158.7, literally another half second.
There you go.
Caden Braswell checking in. He is 6 seconds back in third. Chance Hymas now has dropped to fourth. Jaden Clough in the number 5 spot. Gage Linville is 6th. Brock Bennett 7th. Talon Hawkins should be checking in 8th with Reeve, Patrick Murphy rounding out the top 10.
All right, here we go into the 10 Commandments. 2-lap card is out. White flag will come out next time around. Ryder D on the inside there. He'll double and then triple out. Triple, try to sneak past this lap rider. And the next rider on the list there for the 23 would be the 15 if he can get up to the bumper. White flag comes out this time around. Man, it's getting close, Rodney Tomlin.
Absolutely.
I use your full name. That's how important I wanted this to be.
Well, you didn't use my middle name. So.
Rodney Jr. Tomlin IV, Esquire. I don't know your name. Oh, a little bobble there. So a little bit of a mistake. Ryder D trying to clean that up. The 43 will be Noah Viney, who he slips past.
Seems to be Ryder D sitting down quite a bit more than he was. Don't know if he's a bit tired or
it's way more comfortable.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is sit down and twist the throttle, right?
Just chill out.
Oh, he's close.
Oh, it's there, boys. White flag comes out. The drama now starting to begin here. It was 5 seconds. It was 3. Now it was 2.9 seconds. It's a second some change now. This is perfectly scripted here. If it's great for either one of them. If Towers can hold him off, then kudos to him for fighting off the 23 of Ryder D.
Oh, another mistake by Towers.
Oh, boy. White flag comes out. 250 Pro Sport Moto #1. Towers has led for the better part of this moto. Ryder D has come through the field outside the top 10. White flag lap here. You don't want to toss it away, though, Heath.
Yeah, no, it's almost be better to, rather than widen your brains out, just settle for a second and then take it to the next moto.
Well, which one are you talking to at this particular
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them, honestly.
Keep it on 2 wheels. All right, past the mechanics area. Now it's mano a mano here. Nobody can save you. Ryder D goes outside. The 15 of Towers. He knows he's there at this point, right?
Oh, yeah, and these kids being young, they're not thinking about second or third moto. They're thinking about this moto right now, and let's win it.
10 Commandments. Towers goes outside. Ryder D inside. Oh, the pressure. He can see that green fender now.
Ryder's been good in Storyland, so let's see if he can make something happen in the back.
Could not triple there.
Red zone never got redder than what it is right now, probably, as Gavin Towers dives in. And it's like you said, we're heading into the Storyland, and this should put a pretty good position for the 23 machine on the backside of this.
Hops that triple there, and Towers is all in. The chip sliding into the middle of the table. He wants to win this thing. He's got about 45 seconds worth of work. Heart rate's about 400. Probably breathes about every 40 seconds. They'll both triple out. Heath Harrison, is there a place to pass here coming up on the beach?
I think once they get past the big roller coming out of the beach section, then it's going to be pretty much Towers at that point.
All right, well, we're one bike length away here on the inside. Towers swings it wide.
Oh,
wow.
Slammed the door right on him right there. Maybe one last ditch effort.
Yeah, Towers needs to protect this inside in this next right-handed sand sweeper.
A little bit of a bobble. There it is right here. He looks over to his left. He knew Ryder D would be there. Ryder D's going to switch it up, though. He's going to protect that line like you're saying. What a crafty move there by Towers. Ryder D going to challenge him one more time. Going into the finish line turn. He swings it around the outside. Towers will sprint to the finish, and it's going to be Gavin Towers.
What a race.
Unbelievable finish there. Remarkable. Going deep into that moto. 156 for Ryder D. A faster lap than Towers, but just shy of that win. Man.
5:17, a half second separated. And what a ride for Ryder D coming through the pack like that. Gavin Towers, not only that, he got out there, he held to the pressure of a hard
props to him. This is going to feel good right here. He's heard enough about Chance Hymas. He's heard enough about Ryder D. He wins when it really, really matters, man. Right here, that 250 Pro Sport, a statement moto for Gavin Towers. How about that? There's your results, Rodney Tomlin, as they come up on the screen.
So Towers, Ryder D, Kate Braswell finish up in third, Chance Hymas in fourth, Jaden Clough in fifth, Gage Linville in the number 6 spot, then 7 through 10, Brock Bennett, Talon Hawkins, Benjamin Grieve, and Patrick Murphy. Just outside the top 10, 11 through 15, Gabe Naralo, Russ Chapman, Jimmy Albertson up to the number 13 spot with Ethan Lane in 14, with Preston Nasiangelo rounding out the top 15.
Wow, so Jason Wygant's going to have, I guarantee you, the good folks, the Towers family, they are stoked here. That Pops Towers is a wiry old dude, man. He gets fired up. Good for them. Towers will grab the win. DeFrancisco, Braswell. We are far from done here in this Pro Sport class as we get ready to toss it down to, unfortunately, Jason Wygant.
So there is GT Money's machine, National Sheriff Association, Rock River Yamaha.
13 laps of just
that was intensity.
Max output there by Gavin Towers.
Fastest lap turned, by the way, by Ryder D at a 154.7. I think that's the fastest lap of the week.
That's the fastest I've seen.
Yeah.
And they're probably having to take an extra minute just to regroup after that moto there.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. They're not going to go right straight up to the podium and say, yeah, interview me, Jason.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
But there's Jason Wygant. It sounds like maybe making his way down to the podium. So that was a hot one, no doubt, Jason.
Yeah, I want to give them all an extra minute. Obviously, they were pushing right down to the line, Gavin Towers, and that was an emotional run across the line, pumping his chest, getting that moto win. Ryder D pushed him all the way to the end. He's going to grab the Whole Shot Award. Whole Shot Award is good, but let's give what's great, which is the gold medal in the first moto. Let's hear it for Gavin Towers. Oh, yeah. Take some photos, everybody. That's a big one. All right, what was that moto like? You had a decent lead. Actually, no, you had to get Braswell for a little bit, so you had to fight for it.
Yeah, definitely. I was honestly super pissed I left the door open through the 10. Yesterday I was struggling outside 2, 3, 3, and today we went inside, got past, and then he put on a little bit of a lead, and I had to push to get back because I knew there were some good guys in the back that when they can make a charge from any time and point, so I needed to get out because we're all so close. So to finally do it, it feels so good. I know it's only a moto win, but 2010 was my first year here. Back on, I don't even have the class anymore, shifter bikes. So, and then now 250A, and to get my first moto win, it's pretty surreal. So we're just gonna try to keep it going.
This crowd is pumped up. That's what we like to hear. What was the last lap or two like? I didn't even realize how close it got there at the end.
Yeah, definitely. The nerves, I was trying to calm myself down that whole back half of the moto. Jake put 6 minutes on the pit board, and I was like, holy crap, this is the longest moto of my entire life. And that moto would have been pretty much over if we were still in the old scenario. So, but to get it done like that is awesome. This is a sack field, and I'm ready for the rest of these 4 motos.
Yeah, that's right, because we added 5 more minutes to their motos this year, 25. Who do you want to thank, Gavin?
Of course, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my sister, Sini. They support me 110%. I could not do this without them. All my friends and family back home. And I know I forgot it the first go round, but to repay them now with a win, Monster Energy, Monster Mike, Wes Kane, obviously Bradley Taft, and I want to thank Swanee and Jeannie. Hopefully I made her proud. She's a tough lady to please. So, of course, NSA, Danny, Jake, of course, for stepping in this week. Can't thank him enough. Donnie Luz, Danny, Ed, the list goes on. Dunlop Tires, helping me get out to an amazing start. Enzo Suspension, keeping it smooth out there as best we can with this rough track. Boost Racing, Alpine Star, DBK, of course, Twitch, Andy, Backen, just everybody over there, Kenny Bell. Can't thank those guys enough. Yamaha, the list just goes on, and I just can't thank everybody enough.
This is a big one. Let's hear it for Gavin Towers. Love it. Now we'll bring up our second place finisher. Man, did he make it close at the end. What a run. It's fun to watch him come through traffic. It'll be fun to watch these guys square off a couple more times this week. Just give him some room. There's no room down there. My gosh. Media crush here at the podium. Let's hear it for Ryder DeFrancisco. It's a 3-moto format. You maybe could have settled for second, but you did not settle for second.
No, my goal was to win every single moto, but sometimes it's not like that. I drew gate 40. And it was super slick, so I just did the best I can. And if the opportunity opened for me to pass them, I would have went for it. But I'm not going to take both of us out and then have us both down. So rode smart and can't wait for moto today.
25 minutes on that kind of charge. Are you tired at the end? What is that like? I know you've done some pro races. Maybe that helps, but it's still got to be tough.
Yeah, the pro races help just to know to push the beat to the end, and I definitely did that there. So probably in better shape if I wouldn't have done those pro nationals. I probably wouldn't have been in the shape I am. So they for sure helped.
Yep. Who do you want to thank, Ryder?
My mom, my dad, my mechanic Tyler and Tony, everyone back home, my Fox, Renthaw, 60 helmets, Scott Goggles, Dunlop Tires, Wow, On Track, and everyone else. Thank you.
There it is, Ryder DeFrancisco, second place. Let's bring up our third place finisher. I think that's Broswell there in third. That was shuffling a little bit late in the race. At one point, Hymas was in that spot. Looking for our third place. Let's bring third place on up. I know these guys are hot and tired. 25 minutes. That's the longest moto we've ever had here at Loretta's. But we're looking for Broswell. I believe that was our third. There we go. That's actually tough to get through the traffic. There's so many people down here into these tents for these pro sport motos. Let's hear it for Caden Broswell. Well, everybody has something positive they can take away from this moto. You got some laps led. You were looking good.
Yeah, I'm really stoked. I had a lot of fun out there, got a good start, and then just put my head down. Unfortunately, made a little mistake, but I'm just pumped. My crew's been working so hard, so I really want to thank you guys. I've been grinding too, but big thanks to my crew. Miss Maddie, Gas, we've been doing good. My Dunlop Tire 8P motor, gas combo, dude, ripped a 6 start, so I was so thrilled with that. Just taking the positives out of this one, and then we're going to go home, rocking the new Oakleys. So pumped. Thanks to Aaron, my trainer Justin, my mechanic Colby. You guys put in a lot of hard work for me, so thank you very much.
Awesome. Anybody else want to thank? We good?
Yeah, the Lord Jesus Christ, man. I wouldn't be here without him, so, I'm an example, right? So if you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength, I'm up here. You can be up here too. Thank you, guys.
There it is. Good job. Caden Broswell, everybody. And that is your pro sport class. We'll have another one a little bit later today, I think about 5 o'clock.